finding your next rental property or your real estate deal can actually be easier than you imagine. After working with over 400 real estate landlords or new investors, I continue to see that most of them just dive into real estate without actual plan, without strategies, and without a guide. And they quickly realize that real estate investing is not just as simple as scrolling on MLS or on Zillow. So they end up wasting a lot of time, missing out on hidden gems. Sometimes they buy properties that happen to be an instant regret immediately after closing. Trust me, I don't want that to be you, and that's why I'm making this video. Whether you live in a booming city or you live in a very quiet suburb, these 4 real estate deal finding strategy I'm about to share with you will change the way you see deal finding activities, and this will set you on the right track to closing on your first or your next rental properties. Hi guys, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Wale Lawal. I was a chemical engineer that turned a real estate broker and a real estate investor. I currently have about 7 figures real estate portfolio, and I've helped over 400 people just like you to actually start and scale their rental properties. So if you're looking for help and you really want to work with me, comment the word rental below and I will reach out to you. So I get it. I was in your shoe about a couple of years ago. Finding the right property is the most challenging part of real estate investing, and this often leads new investors to buying the wrong deal, working with the wrong real estate agent, paying more for properties, or buying in a wrong location without clear expectation, and of course getting caught up in analysis paralysis, which eventually lead them to not taking any action or eventually taking the wrong action. So you should always look to buy property that actually match your goal, that match your long-term goal and your buying criteria. If you want to learn more about that, I have another video here that will tell you about house buying criteria and how you should set up your own criteria as well. So here are my 4 strategies to find the best deal possible for you, and I will start from the easiest to a little bit of the more advanced strategy. So number 1 is choose a rockstar investor agent. Work with that agent. That agent will set you up on their local MLS. For example, if you're in the Houston, Texas market, I will be working with you. Of course, I will set you up on the MLS, and you'll be able to start receiving properties that meet your criteria based on the discussion, based on your goal, based on your timeline, and based on your risk tolerance, what you're willing to take and what you're not willing to take. So this property will be coming to your email maybe once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, or maybe you are just looking casually maybe once in a month. So as the case may be, you start seeing this property and you start noticing some pattern, and from there you can start bookmarking anyone you like, and from there you start analyzing them. Now the second strategy that most people have actually used as well is, if you're working with a real estate agent, you can support that agent by you actually looking online platform for yourself like Zillow, like Redfin, LoopNet, Realtor.com, among other listing platform online where you can actually find a potential deal. Now I must warn you that all these online platform, they all start from the MLS, right? A local MLS. For example, we have what we call HAR.com, which means Houston Association of Realtors. So once we put property on MLS, which is HAR in this case, it will be blasted to every other platform like your Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. But LoopNet and CoStar, those are for commercial property. So let's say you're looking for a 20-unit apartment complex, you'll be better off to find such deal on LoopNet and CoStar. So now, when this property blasted to other platform, I can guarantee you that is already part of the property you should be receiving from your realtor. But if you want to take it a step further, I'll walk you through a very smart way for you to actually identify some motivated seller on the market without you spending a lot of money, and you're going to thank me later for this. So the second way is for you to go to Zillow, and I'll walk you through how exactly you can do that. So what you might need to do is to pick a market. Let's say, for example, in this case, you are picking Houston, Texas markets. So you're going to come to Zillow, and here you type Houston. But if you want to really make it bigger, you can use your county if that's part of your criteria. So what you can do is to type, let's say Harris County here. Harris County is the biggest county in Houston. So you type Harris County on Zillow. When you do that, you pick this one, the first one on the list. Harris County Homes, right? Texas Homes. From there, you go to your criteria for sale, of course. That's what you're looking to do. You apply the filter, your price point. Houston area is around, the price point is around $264,000, and you can actually convert that here. According to Zillow, Houston, Texas, housing markets, median price range is around $264,000. So you really want to make sure that you try to stay within the median price range. I would say plus or minus 10% should be fine, because you also want to make sure your property is going to rent as quickly as possible and is not just sitting on the market. So once you find that, you come here and say, let's say minimum price point. You don't want to deal with too much distressed property, because I'm assuming you are new. You don't want to take too much risk. So let's say between $100,000 to median price is $264, right? Let's say around $300. That should be fine. Then from there, you go to how many bedroom. Let's say minimum of 3 bedroom is very common, because they rent really fast, and that's again the demand, right? You want to make sure that you're actually buying property that people are going to rent from you within 30 days, so you are not dealing with vacancy and losing money. So 3 bedroom minimum. Bathroom, I'll just put any, because we can always add bathroom if needed. Of course, that will be value add. Now, from there, you go to home type. Here, you have to deselect everything. The only thing you select is houses, because I'm assuming you're looking for single family home. If you're looking for multifamily, you can include it there. Let me actually include it. Let's go here. Say multi-family right there, boom, apply the filter. From there, I don't recommend condos, except it's in the downtown area and that is really, really in demand, because it's always difficult for you to sell them in the future. Now, we go to more conditions. First of all, you want to do, by owner or others. This is the most important thing. You want to see property from the owners, because your goal is to identify hidden properties, right? This property by owners, they are not listed on MLS. You can't find them on MLS. So you also want to uncheck this. New construction, you don't want that. Foreclosure, uncheck it. Auction, uncheck it. But if you want to deal with foreclosure, you can check it. But I don't really recommend it for a new buyer, for somebody that's just getting started. I will leave all these other, basement and all that stuff. I will leave that, just keeping it simple. Now we have potential 26 properties. So these are potential properties that you can start talking to see what you can avoid the new construction again, because sometimes you still see some ads in between, filters. So you come here and you start looking at deals. Okay, maybe this one is this one is actually for sale by owner. You see, for sale by owner, for sale by owner, for sale by owner. That's what you're looking for. This is how you can get for sale by owner. Now let's possibly just click on this one for $224,000, and is in Katy. Wow, Katy, Texas is definitely a nice place. So this one right now, you can, look at what is going on. Let's look at the pictures. You look at the pictures, see why is the seller selling the property. It looks clean. From there, you're just going to have to you know what? I think I'm interested in this, and based on my experience, this property should be renting for at least $2,100, $2,200. So clean property, it looks great to me. So from there, what I would do is to go look for the numbers. Go look for the numbers of the seller, and give them a call. From there, when you give them a call, you can let them know that you are working with an agent, or if you don't want to even do that, just pass that property address to your real estate agent. Remember, you are supporting your real estate agent by doing this activity. If you are working with an agent, of course, which I always recommend, because you get so much value and so much protection if you work with a real estate agent, at least on your first couple of deals. Once you think you know what you're doing, you can go ahead and do it on your own without any real estate agent help. So in this case, this is the property, this is the owner number, this is the number you're going to call. Easy, right? You pick the number, you dial it, and hey, I'm an investor, I'm looking to buy your property at 20062 South Pecos Valley Trail, Katy, and they tell you all the details. If you like it, boom, have your agent to submit an offer for you. Now, before you submit an offer, your agent will actually run a renter comparable analysis for you to advise you on the offer. But that's an easy way to find a property, and that is my strategy number 2. My strategy number 3 is to network with local real estate professionals, like your real estate property managers. Some banks may have some properties they want to offload, some real estate investment companies that specialize on investment properties, and also maybe your neighbors, your church members, your cousin might know somebody that do something. Just network, going to meetups, attending online webinars where other like-minded real estate investors are gathering. This is something you can also do to get a deal for yourself or to supplement the efforts of your real estate agent. Now, I must say that this will take you some time. It's not as easy as saying it, but if you really want to take extra steps to find a deal quickly or find a better deal for yourself, these are the steps you can also take to get a better deal. Now, my number 4 strategy, which is the last one, is direct to seller approach. You see, there are other ways you can find a deal for yourself, especially if you're looking to be very creative with your buying process, with your financing process. You cannot never go wrong with the direct to seller approach. Now, I must tell you that it will cost you money and it will cost you some time. So if you don't want to deal with this, please stick to the first 3 I mentioned and you should be fine. But if you know that, hey, you know what, I really want to do this, I don't mind spending a couple of dollars, I don't mind doing this activity, yes, you can actually, implement this. This is direct to seller approach. This will involve you cold calling sellers by looking for properties. Maybe go to your county record and see property that they are defaulting on their mortgage payment. You can actually buy leads from List Source, PropStream, Batch Lead platform that sell lists to real estate investors. You can buy that list. Now you can start cold calling that list yourself, or you hire a virtual assistant to help you cold call them. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can direct mail the sellers, of those property. Of course, you're always going to have to apply filter because you don't want to cold call everybody. You want to filter based on your buy box, based on your criteria. If you also don't want to do that, you can do the bandit sign where you put a sign on a stop sign, hey, we buy houses kind of thing. You can drive for dollars, drive your neighborhood, drive your cities, drive some up and coming gentrifying neighborhood within your cities and see what kind of properties are distressed, what kind of properties are neglected. If you see a tall grass, you see a house that look unkept, those are the signs or some symptoms that you can see that, hey, this property might be vacant, or maybe the owner is tired landlord. Among other ways, you can do a direct to seller approach. Like I said at the beginning, this will cost you time, money, and effort. If you're not ready for that, stick to that top 3 I've mentioned. Now, before I let you go, I'll give you these 4 or 5 other tips that can help you to find a deal quickly. Focus on properties that are 30 days or more on the market. You see, the longer they stay on the market, the more motivated the seller is getting every day. So look for the 30 days on the market or more. That would be a sign that, hey, you might potentially get a good deal. Don't send them a lowball offer. Call them, understand their situation, and come in from the angle of you are trying to help them, not just trying to drag them down and just, give them the lowest of the lowest offer you can get them to accept. Number 2 is that when you call the real estate agent, if they are not very responsive, you call them again, they are not responsive. That's the kind of property you should take serious, because if you are not able to quickly get hold of the agent, there is 9 out of 10 times other people are also struggling to get hold of that real estate agent. So make your agent to consistently call that agent, that seller's agent, until they get them on the phone, because if other people are having difficulty getting hold of them, some people might give up early and not call them again, which means that property will continue to stay on the market. But if you are the one that is very persistent and keep calling them, eventually you will get hold of that agent, and because they are not receiving so many phone calls, you stand a chance of actually getting a deal from that property. Also, property with terrible pictures, poor marketing, maybe they are not even giving you so much information, they only have 1 or 2 pictures. Those are ideal candidates for a potential deal that you can get, because most conventional buyers, most buyers that doesn't want to take any kind of risk will easily pass on that property. But hey, you know that you're looking for that hidden gems. That is a property I will really take serious. Another thing you can do to find that hidden gem is look for keywords like seller is motivated, seller is open to negotiation, need work, TLC. All this kind of word will really help you to tell you that, oh, this must be seller that is really willing to play ball, and so hey, let's play. That's the kind of deal you might potentially get. Now, I do have to tell you that when you're looking for all these properties, still don't forget your buy box, because sometimes you can see a distressed property. If your buy box doesn't call for distressed property, please quickly scroll past those kind of properties, because you can still lose money buying real estate, because if you don't know what you're doing. Now, you want to make sure that they are in the condition which you want to buy, they are in the location which you want to buy, the price range is fine, you know there is a demand for the property, that is within 30 days you will find a qualified tenant. You do not want to buy in a class C or class D neighborhood, because those would become headache for you, among other things that you should still keep in mind as you continue to find deals creatively. So if you are tired of sitting on the fence and you are finally ready to take action, I want to help you. I have a free guide for you, and I will send it to you if you can just subscribe and comment the word rental property, and I will send you that PDF guide that will walk you through step by step how to start real estate investing, how to find tenants, how to find a deal, among other things that you're going to learn from there. I hope you find this video valuable. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with anybody that you think will benefit from this, and make sure you click that notification bell so I can let you know the next time I have a new video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.